Happy hobby. I'm David Gonos, and if you're a sports car collector and you're working on a limited budget, this is the series for you. Today, very special episode. We got our buddy Patrick Imhoff in the house. How you doing, Patrick?
I'm doing great, David. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Appreciate being here. And I got to say, no Hawaiian shirt today, but I'm noticing you got some serious bling going on there. What's
Oh
that
yeah.
all about?
Oh, this thing. Oh, I forgot I even had it on. I was just doing some house cleaning and I forgot I got this on. It's from the Flex League Championship that I apparently won, and this is a trophy that came from. I mean, it's a for those listening to the podcast, it's a large bling chain with basically like a weight. Like what do you call them? Like a what kind of weights are those?
Heavyweights right there.
What are they? Free weights? Yeah.
Yeah.
And but anyways, it comes from Trophy Smack. So
Wow.
that's pretty awesome. TrophySmack.com. They sent that out for the fantasy champs for the Flex League, which is the fantasy league of experts. I had helped Jake Seeley and his guys get this together. Jake really was the one that put this whole thing together, but I came
Yeah,
up with the name Fantasy
we
League of
got
Experts.
credibility now, I think, in the house.
Yeah, there you go. Right. Well, I'm gonna take this off before I get a hernia. Yeah, this thing is like, let me look at this. It's pretty legit. Like,
Yeah. I'd wear that grocery shopping if I were you.
yeah, there you go. Right. We're at the court. But Your Honor, look. All
Yeah.
right.
I'm the champ.
Special episode today. Right now, people are like, what is happening? Why am I today? We're gonna talk. We talk always about, hey, here's the cards, here's the play. You want these guys, you want those, here's the card. Now we're gonna talk about the types of rookie cards. I gotta fix my camera now because I had it pointed down on my bling. Types of rookie cards that you want to collect in baseball. Now, specifically, this was actually an article you had written a couple years ago for my site davidgonis.com, and it was fantastic. Like, I thought it was a really well done article. You list off the types of things people, especially on a limited budget, can target or can look out for and end up getting cards that have upside. And there's different reasons why they have upside, and that's what we're going to go through. But it was a great article then. You wrote it for our Happy Hobby Sports Card newsletter. We posted that at the start of the season. It was great then again. And now here we are mid-season for the podcast. I thought it'd be a great episode, and one that all collectors, not just new collectors or comeback collectors, but all collectors could benefit from. So first, what made you think of this? Is this something you've always had in the back of your brain bank?
Um, yes and no. I mean, it's kind of looking at it from on a budget. You can't just be like, oh, let me go buy a gold Paul Skeens card or a gold Jackson Merrill card. We can't afford those unless I've got
Exactly. Yeah.
endless cash supply. So, how do I find a card that's got upside that could bring value, but it's a good player that I can grab? So, there's opportunities for us budget collectors out there to get a good deal on a player that is marketable, has upside. It just might not be the number one guy. And it's very applicable right now with update series should be coming out in the fall and Topps Chrome is coming out. So there's a chance to look for some of these players, I'd say.
Yeah, great point. Yeah, it's like you said, it's looking for value. You want to get, talking about fantasy, like your late picks. You want to get these guys that have value that could be higher picks next year, like a sleeper for next year. So that's
Mhm.
essentially what we're looking at here. So let's go ahead and get into it. We have six tips of six types of baseball rookie cards that people should target. So the very first one, the early rookie card. So can you explain what you mean by that? The early
Yeah.
rookie
So
card.
the early card is the way pro baseball works with I think the Players Association and Tops and Fanatics is you've got to be in a game before you get a rookie card. And every once in a while, a guy gets called up from the minors before they were supposed to, and now a rookie card's coming out. And when that card comes out in Series 1 or Series 2, people are like, who is this guy? He's still in Double A, he's still in Triple A, and it's kind of, we'll just put that guy to the side. But when that guy is ready to come up, the rookie card was already there, and those are really, really cheap. I actually went on a binge yesterday because Everson Pereira for the New York Yankees is in Triple A. The Yankees are a hot mess. You probably appreciate that as a Rays
Yes,
fan.
sir.
And they're looking for help. And it's like, is he coming up to play third base, to play outfield? I bought three cards for $8. Two of them were gold numbered cards, and one was a foil card. $8.
Nice,
That's a
nice.
steal, I thought, and I was like, "Well, I'll keep one. Maybe I'll sell one if he hits a big, and if not, I spent $8 for Everson Pereira card."
That's my thing. I really do love doubling down when it's a super cheap card. Doubling down so that you can reap the benefits of him, you know, eventually becoming good. But not only do you reap the benefits for your own collection, but now you can
Yeah,
take that other card, sell it, and get a better card of something else.
exactly. If I can sell, if he hits it just decent, and I can sell one of those cards for $5, I almost got my money back, and it paid for the other one, and I still have the other one. So I like a double down any chance I get for the right price.
Makes sense. Makes sense. And you actually gave a good example. There's a lot of good examples of great, let's see, how do I say it? Good players who came up, went back down, or came up and just didn't do much, and then the season ended.
Yeah,
And then
I think
they
Jordan
go,
Lawler was my example in the
Jordan
article, and
Lawler.
I mean he's still I think a top prospect. He's got to work it out. He's had two chances, but he's still super young with all the
Yeah.
potential. So there's no reason to give up on him.
Yeah. 2024 Top Series 2 rookie card. That
Hmm.
is definitely available cheap. You just mentioned the Topps Gold. That's our especially you and I, we love the Topps Gold, man. It's numbered to the year. So
Yeah,
in this case, it'd be numbered to 2024. But that's 2,000 cards out there. So it's a limited number of cards, but not so limited that you're gonna have to pay three digits.
exactly. And they look good. They have good shading, and it's always been there. It's not like the black that comes and goes or some other shade
Right.
of the rainbow that Topps will discontinue. The gold card is always there. It's kind of the standard.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it. I like it. Okay, so now we'll drop down to tip number 2, the call ups.
Yeah, so the call ups, it's hard to keep track of every team out there and who's in AAA and who's due for the call up in July, August, this time of year. These guys are going to call up, and this is more particular to a Bowman card because they don't have a rookie card. So the Bowman first. The Bowman first seems to peak in value on the day these guys get called up, and then it'll trail off. So if you can do again a double down and you can grab two cards from a guy about a week before he gets called up at the cheaper rate, just got it. And so you got to, like, I follow the Pirates, so I know Bubba Chandler's day is coming when he gets called up, and that card is already up there. But it's who's in AAA that's ready, who's coming up, the Roman Anthony's of the world when they're coming up. If it's too big of a prospect, though, and they're like a top
Yeah,
10 guy in 100, you're not going to get a good deal. So
sure.
if you find someone further down on your team, the number 6, the number 7 guy on your team coming up, you can get a great card for their debut.
Yeah, and really the MLB pipeline, they do a top 100 prospects and they update it
Hmm.
3 times during the season, I think.
Yeah, they
And
do a few
really they do
times.
all the work for you. And they tell you the level that they're at and their current age and when they expect them to get called up. So by the year. So if they say 2025, they're not going to say, you know, August of 2025. They just
Yeah,
say
yeah, just the
2025.
season.
Right. So they do have to work for you. You can look ahead and, go into the teens. You don't have to look at the top 5 prospects. Go into the teens and see some players that, if you find players that are young, ranked high, and you can find decent prices on their cards, then when they do. So now when they get called up, though, that's the trick. What's the you buy on the, let's see, you
If you
buy on,
buy it on call up day, you're going to
yeah,
overpay.
but there's a
Or
phrase
if you
for it.
can get someone, if you find like a seller that was sleeping and they had no idea who the guy even is, you might find a deal. But
It's you buy on the rumor and you sell on the news. So you buy
yeah,
on the rumor, like he's such and such is smoking right now in Double A, and people are saying, oh, there might be a shot for him in the majors this season. So you're saying, all right, well, that's the rumor. So you buy on the rumor when he's cheap, and then you sell as soon as the day he even the day before. Like, if a lot of times it'll be announced there's going to get called up the next
yeah,
day
the
or
hype
whatever.
is there and the price
Yeah,
goes
Roman
up.
Anthony, we knew that week. We knew he was imminent. It was imminent. He was about to get called up. So you can put it up for sale and get a much better price
Yeah,
because right then there's a lot of volume, but all of a sudden the demand is going to be crazy because now it's in every baseball fan's ears.
Yeah, I found the best way for me to double down on this is I look for guys only in double A and triple A. A guy in single A is not getting called up. And they're usually, you don't know what's going to happen, but double A and triple A, and you get the Bowman paper numbered card, not the Bowman Chrome numbered. Bowman Chrome numbers are a little more pricey, but you can still get a Bowman paper card that's numbered out of 99, out of 150, out of 200, usually for $5 or $6. And I'm like, I'll
Oh,
buy two of them. I
that's
keep one,
awesome.
and then I did the same. Cole Young, when he got called up this year, I bought him in the offseason because I said this is his year. I bought, I think, a card for $10. I sold it for 25. It paid for that card plus the lower level one I bought that I kept for myself, and I was like, I got a card for free,
Oh, wow, that's cool.
essentially. And
Yeah,
I was happy with that. And I
that's
don't mind
cool.
the paper card. The paper card looks cool.
Yeah, I dig the paper card too. It's not. This isn't paper card like 85 cardboard. This is like a paper card. It's a like an upper deck. I mean, these are quality stock cards
Yeah, you're
still.
getting a decent price on a low numbered card because it's not
And
chrome. I
yeah,
take it any
and
day.
it's still his Bowman first. Like in other
Yep.
words, there's just like how Topps has flagship rookie cards, and the Topps Chrome is also a rookie card. So is
Hmm.
the flagship. So is that paper card. Similar to Bowman first. If you have the money to get the Bowman Chrome first, hey, we're big fans. But
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
paper, you have a lot more opportunity there, and yeah, it's just you can get multiples, like you said.
Hmm.
All right, so I like this one a lot. The ugly. So we're moving on to number three.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
ugly sibling. I love this. So go ahead.
Yeah, so let me ask you this. If I told you the Milwaukee Brewers, whose card are you thinking about?
For coming up,
The
like
Brewers.
best prospect, you're saying? Oh, you're
Just a
saying
card right now
Jackson
playing for the Brewers.
Chorio.
Yeah, Jackson Chourio. So who am I thinking about? I'm looking at Sal Frelick and um, Bryce Terang.
Okay.
Two guys that have better numbers than Chourio. They don't have the name of Chourio, but
Right.
Sal Frelick's hitting almost 300. He's got home runs. He plays the premier position. His card is way cheaper than Chourio because he's not Chourio.
Was a hot
Chourio,
prospect at one point.
he was a top
Like he
prospect at one
still
point.
is a yeah, talent.
Yeah, so those are the ugly siblings, as I say. They get
Yeah.
overshadowed by their the big superstar on the team, the Ellies, the Jacksons. There's a bunch of guys on those rosters. Go to the Nationals. Look at Dylan Cruz and James Wood. I look at C.J. Abrams and I look at Luis Garcia Jr., the only guy from 21 that may be okay as a 21 class guy.
Yeah. I like
They're
that.
good
And it's
players. They're
also
all stars. They
it's
just
also what?
I say they're good players. They're all stars. They just
Yeah.
don't have the recognition that the superstar has.
And it's also nice because they also get pulled into the wake of the superstar. Like not necessarily this second, like where they're going to be too expensive, but that superstar as that team's the hype around that team builds, and
Hmm.
say they make the playoffs, something like that, these other players they get pulled into that week, and people are looking for those other cards, and you'll have already had them, so that's good.
Yeah, even just batting near one of those players, you might get better pitches to see because they know who's coming up behind you. So it
There you go.
helps. So I like to look for those advantages too.
Perfect. Perfect. All right, we'll move on to tip number 4, the cast offs. So explain that to us.
Yeah, these are the guys that the hobby gives up on because they had a rookie year that was okay, and then they go to the sophomore slump, or they had just a slow year, and they're 24 years old, and they've been in the league for 3 years, and we're like your last year's news, and it's like this guy's got 15 years of pro ball ahead of him. He's just you hit the patch. I mean, Jackson Merrill's in that patch right now. He's kind of slumping a little bit, so I'm already looking at his cards, going, are they dropping? No, they're not. I wish they were, but those are the guys. It's just a little slump. Juan Soto had this when he went to the Padres. He slowed down a little bit, and that was when I grabbed his rookie card. It was super cheap,
Oh wow.
and he slumped again for the Mets. So there's certain players. J Rod does it every year in Seattle. He starts off slow.
Yeah.
So I like to look for a guy that I think has got all the potential, all the time left. They're still very young, and say everybody else gave up on you. I'll give you a chance. I'll take the
Yeah,
risk.
and you can look at websites like Fangraphs, and you can separate stats by first half, second half. So I like to do that too. Is look back in the
Mhm.
last couple of years. Maybe this guy he always stinks in April and May, and then all
Yeah,
of a sudden he
J-Rod. I
turns it
think
on.
I think they get mad in Seattle that Rodriguez just is a slow starter, and then he
Yeah,
turns it on.
yep. Yeah, there's a lot of players like that, and vice versa. A lot of guys come out like gangbusters, and then they fizzle as the season wears on. Something else I was thinking about this with the cast-offs, like it's a very fickle hobby. The people in the hobby, very fickle. If someone, just like we talked about Jordan Lawler, man, people are um they're not crazy about him now, but they jumped off that bandwagon quick. This has been a year they've been off that bandwagon. Now,
Yeah,
I mean, you could say, well, they were right, but we still, you and I have been tied to that Lawler bandwagon.
I I think he's still just 23, if I'm correct. And
I
I
think
look
so.
at
Yeah.
this and I'm like, you got to put it in perspective. If you
Yep.
went to 3 to 4 years of college, you would have graduated at 21, maybe 22. So you'd be in high A ball at maybe 22, 23. And I would say you're the next great prospect and I would love you. So a guy like Lawler is like, he's doing just fine for his age and where he is. So give them a chance.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We just are so quick to get rid of you.
Absolutely. Or someone like, think of like Cal Raleigh. I always think of catchers in a different category altogether. Now they're less collectible for the most part, but here Cal Raleigh was, 2021 rookie card. Didn't wasn't spectacular. He was like, oh, you knew of him, but no one was dying to get, hey, let's
Yeah.
stash some boxes of 2021 in hopes of someday selling them for people hoping to get a Cal Raleigh, you know.
Yeah, and based on your last newsletter, I looked in the box and I was like, I got 3 of his rookie cards,
Oh,
a chrome
nice.
one, a foil one, and an Allen again. I was like, all right, I
Oh,
win.
cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
I
Yeah.
was
So
like, I had
here's a
no
guy
idea.
now. The problem is catchers take longer to develop. They're not as in the public eye. There's a lot of, or they have masks on, so the faces aren't known.
Yeah.
They're usually their offense comes a little later than their defense. They're brought up because they're trusted with the pitching rotation. Catchers are rarely ever brought up because they need their bat. If
Yeah.
that's the case, then there's a lot more problems going on with that team. So if they're brought up, that means that their defense should be up to par, but they're still going to have to develop. They got to learn three things. They got to learn hitting, but that's third. They have to learn defense, and then they have to learn their pitching staff. So
Yeah.
there's a
I
lot of
mean,
stuff going on.
yeah, I
So
look at it in Pittsburgh. Paul Skeens is pitching tonight, which Henry Davis will be his catcher because Henry Davis is his catcher. It's 2
excellent.
number 1 picks. Henry Davis isn't hitting that great, but Paul Skeens likes him as the catcher. So
Yep.
there's value there if he ever figures out the hitting part.
And
He's
that's
a good guy.
and that's what happens is here now he gets 2, 3, 4 years, and suddenly now it's all instinctual at that point. His
Mm-hmm.
defense is and handling rotation, he's trusted, and then they can start working on that offense. Then it
Yep.
goes back to now they can start, and they're big now. They're now men at that point. So now they've got look at Cal Raleigh, he's like the most home runs by a catcher in the first half of a season, or before the All-Star
Yeah.
break.
He can thank us in Pittsburgh because we had a couple of games against him and he just went yard 3 or 4 times.
Oh,
We
yeah.
had those stats.
Nice. All right, so that I think that kind of falls down the line of cast off is a
Yeah.
rookie that kind of just is forgotten, but
Yep.
from a catcher's perspective, uh don't
It's a
forget him too
slower.
quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tip number 5, the injured list. So go ahead. What do you think about that?
Yeah. Injuries. They open up a world of opportunity, but there is risk associated. Like Ronald Acuna Jr. He's had 2 knee surgeries.
Yeah.
And it's like it was risky. I wish I would have looked at his rookie cards when he was out because he looks healthy to me. He's going to the home run derby. He's in the All Star. So those are the guys that the top guy that gets hurt is a chance to take a risk and grab a cheaper rookie card and hope they come back healthy.
Yeah,
I
and it's
never I
also
never want to see a guy get injured just for the sake of
yeah,
a better
right.
deal. But I'm gonna look if they're hurt and say, "Can I get you?" Like I bought a Jared Jones autograph card for the Pirates. He had
Oh,
surgery. I
cool.
still think he's gonna be great. I wish he didn't have the surgery, but
Yeah.
yeah, those are the guys I look at.
So it's interesting too to look at the what the injury is.
Yeah.
So say it's a guy gets a broken thumb or it's a thumb injury and he plays through, but he's like in and out or whatever. He's not going to hit well at all. He's not going to have any power. He's not going to. He's not. It's his stats are going to be greatly affected. So when that thumb gets healthy, ostensibly he would be able to hit better. So that I like to think of that too as like not just is he injured, but what is that
Yeah,
injury?
what is it, the Tommy John surgery for pitchers, it used to be like it doesn't seem to be a big deal anymore other than you miss a year and a half, but those
Yep.
guys come back even stronger now, and I think they say the shelf life is 7 years to your next one after that, so,
Oh wow, I hadn't heard
probably gonna
that.
get
Yeah,
7
that's
good years, so I'm looking at Shohei, I'm waiting to see him pitch again, he should be although he didn't have Tommy John, but, those guys, it doesn't seem to be a career killer anymore, the doctors
nope.
seem to know what they're doing, so,
Yep. Yep. All right.
yeah.
So that's a good one. I like that one. And then finally, the sixth tip, the trade. So what do you
Yeah,
think
and
about
this is
that?
upon us right now. We're near trade deadline. I know the Rays and the Orioles made a trade just the other day, but those trades, so there's two sides to it. One is a player on a bad team going to go to a big market now and get a bump in their price because they're going to go to New York or LA and play a premier position. So that spikes the value of the card. So you might look for that right before they get traded. The second is the prospects that are moving. Prospects from the Dodgers are moving to the Pirates organization, and we promote those guys quickly. So you can look at it from both sides. You gotta have to anticipate
Yeah, I like
who's
that.
going
So
where and who's getting talked about.
the big name guy might be too expensive, but maybe you can pick up some of those prospects that get tossed to the other team in trade for him, and you get the cheaper
Yeah,
cards. You just might have to wait a year and a half, 2 years before those cards pay off. But if you're doing your due diligence for 3-4 years in a row, you'll always have that train of cards players getting
yeah.
called up.
Like even a guy like all of the Pirates are talked about who's going to go where. And Key Brian Hayes, third baseman, he's one of them. He's Gold Glover. It just doesn't hit that well, but
Yeah,
put him in New York on the Yankees, that increases the value.
great call.
And
Yeah,
maybe their hitting coach works with him and he figures it out, a new change of scenery kind of guy. So that could increase his value. I'll be super sad if we do that, but all those rookie cards might help me.
yeah, right.
So, but yeah, you just got
Well,
to watch who's on the move and who's possibly going to go.
and where they're going. Like for instance, we mentioned the Rays. This is a Pirates and Rays heavy podcast. But
Yeah,
say a pitcher gets traded to the Rays, immediately, eyebrows raised like, oh, this guy might wake up. Like this guy might, the Rays see something and they work the pitching coach, Kyle Snyder. They work
yeah,
with the
he does.
players, man. They work with these pitchers and they see something, and if they just work with them a little bit,
A
a
little
lot of times
tweak.
those things unlock and the players, the
Yeah,
pitchers
and
start
3 years later they'll be playing for the Dodgers, making millions.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, right, right. Yeah, you gotta get them and then trade them or sell them after that.
Yeah,
All right. Well, that was
absolutely.
awesome, man. That was
Yeah, yeah,
really
good
cool.
stuff.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate, and I know listeners, same thing. Listeners, if you guys have some tips that you think of that you are like, man, this is what I do, and this helps
Hmm.
me find some guys that a lot of other people aren't loading up on, but it's really worked out for me. So here's a tip of a type of player, a rookie card to target. Send it to me at gonoscards@gmail.com, or if you're on the video, drop it in the comments below. But Patrick, man, I appreciate you coming on. This was a lot of fun. We
Yeah,
definitely going to have
absolutely.
it on, do something again. But I appreciate articles like this, helping out with the newsletter, but also coming on and talking through it. I appreciate that,
Yeah,
man.
always a fun time to be here.
All right. So whatever you do, if you're picking up some Bowman First paper cards or looking for some injured guys to load up on, whatever you do, make sure you have a
Happy hobby.
nice. Was I pointing the right way? It's backwards this way. Thanks.